Next, defensive end from the Titans. They need a defensive end. Jason Pierre-Paul from South Florida. He's another Javon Curse. It would just mix. I think it would. So, Titans at number 16, I think they'll take Jason Pierre-Paul. And then number 17 is the 49ers. This is where they pick him up. Jimmy Clausen from Notre Dame. Probably the best NFL ready right now. But I think long-term he's not going to be better than Bradford. Or maybe not even better than McCoy. But I think Jimmy Clausen is probably the best NFL ready right now. 49ers probably don't have too much faith in Alex Smith. So you got to go with them. Number 18, the Steelers. Like I said, the Giants don't need a center, and Steelers do. Marquise Pouncey from Florida. Number 19, the Falcons. They could use a cornerback, a D lineman, but the Falcons need a fast-paced pass rusher, just like the Dolphins do. Defensive end, offensive linebacker, Jerry Hughes from TCU, I think, goes off the board, going to the Falcons at 19. Number 20, the Houston Texans. They need a cornerback bad. Joe Hayden from Florida. He's the best on the draft board. Sad that he goes at 20. I remember when we first started this, he was at 7 going to the Browns, and he dropped all the way down to 20. He's still a good cornerback. He had a bad combine. I think people passing on him, he's gonna pick you guys off. But number 20, the Houston Texans, cornerback from Florida, Joe Hayden. Number 21, a lot of people are picking Dez Bryant to go here, but what I'm thinking is they have Chad Ochocinco. Marvin Lewis doesn't need any more drama, and that's what Dez Bryant's going to bring. I hate to say he's a great wide receiver, but he's just like Chad Ochocinco, just like Charles Owens. He wants the ball in his hands. That's just too much drama for Marvin. They're going to go with the safe pick, tight end Jermaine Grisham from Oklahoma. They need help at the tight end position. Just gives them more weapons for Carson Palmer without bringing in the drama. So, tight end 21 to the Bengals, Jermaine Grisham. Number 22, the New England Patriots. I think this is who's going to trade up with the Dolphins, or possibly with the Browns or the Dolphins, and that's the Patriots. But if they do stay, they need offensive linebacker help. Outside linebacker help. Sergio Kendall's the best on the draft if they stay at 22. 23, the Packers. This is where it kind of gets somewhat crazy in my board. They could go safety Taylor Mays, or they could go cornerback Kyle Wilson, or Kareem Jackson, depends on who you have. I think they go cornerback Kyle Wilson from Boise State. He's my number 2, so there you go. But they could go Taylor Mays if he's still on the board, if Seattle doesn't pick him. That just goes crazy. Number 24, same thing. Do they need cornerback or safety help? I think Kareem Jackson's just more appropriate than Taylor Mays. So Kareem Jackson going to the Eagles at 24. 25, the Baltimore Ravens. They picked up Anquan Bolden, but they still need a little more receiver help. And I think this is where Dez Bryant comes off the board from Oklahoma State. Gives them more weapons to Joe Flacco. Why not? Dez Bryant from Oklahoma State going to the Ravens at 25. 26, Arizona Cardinals. This one's just mind-boggling because so many people say, oh, they need so much O-line help. How do they need O-line help? They did great last year with Kurt Warner. Why fix something when it's not broken? But, hey, I'm not the professional sports writers that say, they need help. It's not offensive tackle. I think they need cornerback help. I would love to see Kyle Wilson or Kareem Jackson drop this far. Brian McFadden, I think, is a bust. I think he did horrible last year. I think having Rogers Cromartie just put all the pressure on him, just too much. I think they need cornerback here. But people are saying they need offensive tackle. I think maybe a defensive end. Maybe you pick up, Everson Griffin from UFC, or maybe Sean Witherspoon from Missouri. But Daryl Washington, linebacker, defensive end, something. But a tackle, come on. But I think they do pick a tackle here. Charles Brown from USC. But I'd rather see him pick up a cornerback if Kareem Jackson's still there, Kyle Wilson's still there, or even Everson Griffin, defensive end from USC, or Washington, Witherspoon. But I think they picked Charles Brown, offensive tackle from USC. Now the Cowboys, I think this is where Taylor Mays comes off the field. Taylor Mays, he's a hard-hitting safety. They are looking for a cover safety, but you can't pass on Taylor Mays coming down this far, and that's where they pick him up. Number 28, the San Diego Chargers running back. They need help. Ryan Matthews from Fresno State. They'd want a nose tackle, so they might try to go up above the Bills, which means the Browns. But I think even at number 7, picking Dan Williams is just too high. But hey, Dan Williams is a great nose tackle. If they stay here, I think picking Terrence Cody, who's probably the next best nose tackle, is just too high. So with that said, if they stay here, I think they pick up Brian Matthews from Fresno State. Number 29, the Jets. The Jets are crazy with Ryan, and he doesn't care. Rex Ryan, he just doesn't care. I mean, he look what he did in the free agency. I mean, he's just crazy. So Rex, I think he can fix Everson Griffen's off the field issues. He's pretty much going to go up there and be like, hey, if you want to play football, don't F up. And he's really good. So, I mean, you can't doubt Rex Ryan's coaching ability. He's a great coach. I think he can coach Everson Griffin to say, hey, get on the field. Very similar to Pete Carroll. So, Jets defensive end, Everson Griffin from USC. They need help at the end spot. He's a great fit. The Vikings at number 30. They need linebacker help. Offensive linebacker Daryl Washington. I think he's underrated, but I think he does drop this far from TCU. Number 31, the Colts. If anything, they need backups for the future. That's what they're looking at, the future now. And I think Bruce Campbell, he needs work, he needs work, he needs work. He needs patience from a team, a quarterback, an offensive line coach. I think that's what the Colts can bring him. Can Bruce Campbell go onto the field at week 1 and produce? No way, I don't think at all. He was great at the combine, but when he played, he was good on the field, but wasn't NFL type playing. I mean, he wasn't that type of good of quality. But he was awesome at the combine. I think that's why the Colts picked here. Offensive tackle, Bruce Campbell, just because they have the time to bring him up and make it be a great offensive tackle. Number 32, the New Orleans Saints. They pick offensive linebacker Sean Weatherspoon. If anything they need help with, it is that linebacker spot, and he is on the best left onto the board. So there's my mock draft. I went kind of fast, so hopefully, I know I went over 10 minutes, so there is going to be 2 videos. But enjoy the draft. This is my first time doing one, so let's see how well I do. So see you later. Adios.